Are you struggling with Be a Pro and trying to figure out what the heck is going on in it and why your overall keeps going from like 76 down to 66? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover why that's happening and some things that you can do to make it easier on you and understand Be a Pro a little bit better. Alright, so the first thing we got to do is we got to jump into Be a Pro. Now, I've already started a Be a Pro here with one of my other guys there. I have been streaming Be a Pro for a little bit, and I think I figured it out on how to help you guys figure this out a little bit more. So right now, my guy is a 77 overall. And if you go down here to activities, and you go into here, these are activities that you get to do when you get energy on the end of the week. So it's basically like last year how they had like you could put in training points and stuff like that. That's basically what it is with this. So you can put energy, you usually get 5 or 6. You can put energy into being favored by your brand, which will give you plus 10 social media followers, plus 10 to money, and minus 10 to management like ability. And then as you hit other rewards, like as you hit different plateaus, as you can see this one here, I need to get to level 3. And then this one here, I need to get to level 2 in order to get the plus 10 penalty killing line minutes, plus 10% to extra attacker, and then minus 10 to my brand. This is the big one that you want to look at right here. So when you are playing Be a Pro, you can spend your health to gain energy. Now, it costs 1 energy to get yourself up, and it costs 25% health to get an energy out of this. This is where people are getting hung up on. So with this here, you can use your energy to do these things here as well. It's 2 for a portion of your trait points and 2 for an X factor. And this is how you unlock X factor abilities, unlock trait abilities, and everything like that in the game. But this right here is where people don't really see what they're doing. So after you've been skating up and down the ice, back and forth non-stop, your health is going to decline pretty rapidly, pretty quickly. So if I hold this, so now my guy is fatigued, okay? So when he's fatigued, it means that he gets minus 5% to acceleration, minus 5% to durability, minus 5% to agility, and minus 5% to endurance. Now, after a tough game where you're skating up and down the ice non-stop, back and forth, you're not really, conserving your energy, you're not setting up in the offensive zone, you're not setting up in the defensive zone to play solid defense, you are going to be legitimately exhausted. So when you're exhausted, your acceleration is minus 15%, your durability is minus 15%, your agility is minus 15%, and your endurance is minus 15%, as well as your speed and strength. So basically when you're exhausted, you are basically a plug. Like you are, in hockey terms, you're a plug. So then if you go out here, remember how my guy was 77? Now he's 73 overall. So he's going to play like a 73 overall as opposed to a 77 overall when he was healthy. Now, if you literally go back in here and you spend your points, now he's weary because it takes a little bit more to get him back up. So now he's just at a 10% and minus to all of those categories. And then if I hold it again, he gets back up to fatigue. But I can't get all the way back up to where I was. So when you get your 5 energy points at the end of the week and everything like that, or the 6 energy points that you get, the biggest thing that you want to do is put them into health so that the first couple games of the week, you are at your best. Now, some weeks are going to be a little bit lighter than other weeks, which really kind of bothers me that you can't actually see like your schedule. You can just see the box scores. But like this is the box scores, right? So you can go into December and you can see when your games are and stuff like that. You can also see everybody's games, when you have games and everything like that. So if you wanted to say you were in the AHL, you could go to the AHL. If you wanted to check the Utah Mammoth, that's what team I'm on right now, you can kind of plan around this. So I know that I have a game. Where is it? Let's see, where am I? I'm at the end of the month. December. So I know I have a game on December 1st, December 3rd, and December 5th. That means I have 3 games that week before I get, oh, and I have one on the 6th. So I might have 4 games that week before I get my energy. So basically what that means is I know that for these 2 games, I have to conserve energy. I have to play smart. I can't be just jumping up in the play. As I'm a defenseman, I can't just be jumping up in the play and like skating all the way up the boards, trying to score every goal, working every single shift to the end of time, and just completely gassing myself out because I have a game on the 3rd and on the 5th, which means I don't have a lot of time in between games in order to heal. So basically what you want to do is you want to play conservative hockey. You want to set up in the defensive zone. You want to set up in the offensive zone. You want to actually play hockey. And that's where a lot of people are getting hung up because they don't understand why their player has gone from a 77 overall and they keep fluctuating. So even when I was fatigued and not at like my peak and stuff like that, I will only play as a 76 overall. And that isn't good. Now you can obviously raise your overalls by getting traits and stuff like that. So like endurance is going to be a huge one to get your rating up and everything like that so that you can be out there longer. Speed is going to be another huge one that everybody wants and stuff like that. But like this is how you got to do it, guys. Like the dialogue ones are really cool, don't get me wrong, like they really help you out when you need them. But what you need to do is you need to focus on getting your traits up, but you also need to focus on playing smart hockey. You need to focus on playing hockey the way hockey's meant to be played. This isn't like HUT, this isn't like franchise, this isn't like other modes where you can just, one-man team it and rock it. And you shouldn't be scoring like 50 goals to 70 goals to 100 goals in your rookie season. This is literally there so that it makes you work and makes you think and makes you play the real game. So like when you look at your lines and stuff like that, like these guys here, they're up in the 89s, right? But like after a rough game, you're not going to see Clayton Keller do like 10 breakaways in a game. You just won't, because you'll be exhausted. And then after the next game, he might not be an 89. He might be an 87. He might be an 86. And it works for you as well. So like I'm down here. I just got pulled up from the AHL because I lit it up in the AHL a little bit. And now I'm struggling in the NHL again because in the AHL, I could be a one-man team. In the NHL, I can't because the guys are faster, they're stronger, they hit harder. So that's what everybody is getting hung up on, and that is what a lot of people are confused about. Is they're like, hey, like, why is my players overall always going down? Well, this is why. Because you're not playing the game of hockey. You're trying to do a one-man show, and it doesn't work until you're at the higher overalls. And even when you're at the higher overalls, you're still going to take a hit to your endurance. You're going to take a hit to everything here. Like your acceleration, everything's going to be beaten up a little bit because your player is just exhausted. And this is one of the biggest features that I absolutely love about Be a Pro, because it makes you play real hockey. It makes you play the game. And it's no longer, hey, I can just pick up the puck and skate up the boards and cut into the center and shoot and score. You can do that. You can 100% do that for one game. And then the next game, you're minus 10 overall, and you're like, oh my god, my guy is so slow. And I literally say it on stream all the time. Oh my god, my guy is so slow, I can't wait to get my energy. Because even though his energy bar is in the green, he is fatigued, he is exhausted, he is tired, and he can't perform at that high level all the time because, he's a 70-something overall. So that's where a lot of people are getting hung up, because they're not really taking the time to learn this feature, and they're not playing real hockey. They're playing, I'm going to pick up the puck and I'm going to skate up the boards and I'm going to score. In Be a Pro, you have to rely on your AI a little bit. You have to pass the puck. You have to play smart. And this is the game that, is changing it. They're changing the way you're thinking. And it is so nice that can happen. So, like, if we advance to the Sharks game, so here, I'll show you. So we go to the Sharks game. So you've seen all that red for decreases and stuff like that. So that was something that my guy was exhausted. So now my activities are here. I got my energy. I'm ready to rock. I got 6 energies. My guy is tired. Now, if you have a big break, so let's say like at Christmas time, there's the 2 weeks where there's only like 1 or 2 games. You will recover a portion of your health every week if you have an entire week off where you don't have to do anything. So in the off season, you really want to be spending your health points in order to get energy, and then use that energy towards trait points and everything like that, because that's how it'll be. And I'll cover that in another video. But right now, if I spend my energy, now I'm active, my endurance is +3, my durability, and then now I'm at peak performance. So I'm at my peak. I've never gone all the way up though. I always stopped at peak. Let's see. So I'm at peak performance. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. But if I'm at peak right now, so my acceleration is +5, my agility is +5, my durability, endurance, speed, and strength are all at +5. So if I go out of here and then look, my guy is now a 78 overall because I'm going to play like a 78 overall. But if I go into the game and I go up the boards and just try and do it all on my own, and try and light up the Sharks and score 20 goals in a game or something like that, it doesn't matter if I score 20 goals in the game, because the next 3 games my player is going to be completely exhausted and gassed, and he's going to skate around like he's a 75 overall and be completely exhausted, get beat to the puck, just everything about it. So you have to play smart. And a lot of people struggle with that because they just want to pick up the puck and run up the boards and everything like that. And I mean, if you want to do that, that's cool. But, you just know the next few games after that are going to be challenging, especially when you're playing on a higher difficulty. If you're playing on rookie or something like that, you're perfectly fine. Do what you want to do. And if you want to do that and you want to break all the records and, get all those achievements and everything like that, throw it on rookie. Your guy will still be slow, but you'll be fine because they don't throw big hits or anything. But if you're playing on a higher difficulty, like I had to turn my difficulty down at one point because I was so just kidding destroyed, because I was so used to last year's style of play, and last year's play was go up the boards, shoot and score. And that's not how it is anymore, and that's how it's been for the last few years, and we need to adapt, and that's just how it is, guys. This is going to be great, and I love this feature. I hope they leave it in because it is absolutely amazing. It makes you play real hockey, and then you can literally get trait points. So you can get trait points through doing this and everything like that. And it shows you roughly how close you are going to get when you spend trait points, and you can get X Factor points and stuff like that as well. And I'll cover those in another video. If you guys like this, please leave a like, leave a follow, all that good stuff. I hope that really helped you out, guys. If it did help you out, please leave a comment down below and let me know if you have any other questions or anything like that. If you want to talk to me in the flesh, I am streaming over on Twitch on just about every day almost. I usually take Tuesdays and Thursdays off of streaming on Twitch. You can ask me any question about Be a Pro or anything like that. Even if I'm not streaming hockey, I will be over there at Beardizard on Twitch. So that's Beardizard, like Charizard, but with a beard, because I got a beautiful beard. But anyways, guys, if you like this or anything like that, please show your love, hit the like button, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.